the repair kit over there, and the motherboards are here. This is the old one. This is the new one. I've already reattached the front camera up there, so now I just need to do some other additional things. You can see that for the thermal pads, unfortunately I have stripped them out, which was a pretty stupid thing to do. But from what I've seen, most people just threw things on top of them anyways, like cardboard or credit cards or whatever, so it should theoretically still allow it to work. I've also propped underneath those cables like what I've seen a few other people do. And now I just need to reattach some additional things to the motherboard and see if it will work. So I hope it does. Alright, so I attached the necessary ribbon cables. And it needs to be said that those coaxial cables over there, they were a major pain in the anus to get back into place. Honestly. Thankfully, eventually got it done. But my goodness gracious me, I would not want to have to do that again unless I really had to, because they are really just that awful. I don't know why they're so awful, but they are. What's going on here? That didn't sound too good. I don't know. Hopefully nothing broke or whatever, but some of the sounds I'm hearing aren't sounding too good. And why is this button sticking out like that? Yeah, I think you can kind of see, and that doesn't look right. That looks weird. I'll further investigate that another time. But, I just want to know if this thing works or not. Yeah. That's something that we really both want to know. So, let me pull out one of these batteries. Okay, which am I going to use? Am I going to use this Polish one that came with the N10? No, the variant that ends in C. If you know what I'm talking about. The N910C, I believe. Okay, so let's attach this and see what happens. Hopefully it doesn't spark or anything. And attach that now. I personally don't have high expectations because I might have shorted something there, but it was still worth an attempt. Yeah, it's not doing anything. I think I might have shorted something back there. Or maybe the eMMC is not being properly... Perhaps I didn't prop it up properly. So that might just be it. Might just be it. I don't know. Maybe I forgot to attach something back there. But either way, I think this phone is probably just done for it. Tried many times to save it, but unfortunately, it just did not work. So, yeah, I'm wondering if this is actually on the motherboard though, because I don't know if it was the motherboard that was just bad, or maybe let me just charge it and see what happens. So I'll just pause the video for now, and if I don't come back to it, I will just throw an annotation over the screen to say that it wasn't successful. If it was successful, then I'll come back. So I plugged in the charger. As you can see, it's having screen problems, so I'm going to investigate that and see if that can be fixed. Maybe I just missed a cable or something. If not, then this phone will just have to be junked and only salvaged for parts. October 8, 2021. So yes, it's now another day. And just as I was getting extremely close to giving up on this thing, this happened. Yeah, that's right. It's working now. So, it turns out that the problem was that I didn't tighten it. Yes, you're hearing that right? I didn't tighten it. So, alright, so before I got distracted, I was talking about how the problem was me apparently not tightening it. And the reason why that's significant is because it looks like when you don't tighten it, it doesn't allow the chips to communicate properly. I'm not 100% sure. That's just the best guess I can make. So Yeah, and now that I have this motherboard, this old one, I guess I can use this as a more practical example. That this, it seems like it has to make a snug but correct connection for perhaps all of these things to communicate. Again, I don't know, but it just can't be loose. Like the motherboard, it can't be loose. Right now, before I tighten this, like there was a bit of a noticeable gap here. I think you can still see a very slight one, but not to the point that you could stick a fingernail in it. So that is good. Like that was actually able to repair this. Perhaps, who knows? I was kind of saying to myself that maybe I could have even made it work with this one. But then again, if I didn't have this, I wouldn't have a reference. So in a way, it kind of made sense to get another one. Because another thing I noticed that when I was doing this is that I had one of these pins sticking up on a new one. And who knows, again, it could have been something little like that that could have also made a difference. Thankfully, I was able to catch that, and I was able to gently push it back down. And whether or not that made a difference, I do not know. But all I can just say is that I'm super glad that it works. So now I have two Samsung Galaxy Note 4s. I have my SM-910 version, and then I have this American one. I'm not sure if this has the name on it somewhere. I believe that... Okay, it looks like it does, but I can't read it under this light because it's super thin. No, I'm not going to try to read it. But let's just say it's the Canadian variant and leave it at that. So, with this fix, it should hopefully guarantee that I will not see any eMMC errors, because as you will see from earlier in the video, I did also prop up the cables that are responsible for the display. You know, those two. Let's see if I can use this again as a reference. Yeah, there's one. Yes. So right here and here, there's one that's responsible, I think, for the touch. Why is the footage looking so grainy? Anyways, but yeah, there's one that's responsible for the touch. I think one that's responsible for the digitizer. I don't know which of these two specifically, but all I know is that they deal with the display. So anyways, yeah, I had those propped up because I've seen it in that British guy's video, and then I saw another Pakistani man also do the same thing to it, and they both got it to work. So kudos to those two for putting that handy information out there. Very useful. It's useful videos like this that we need to be seeing more of on YouTube, and less of some of the other sensationalized junk. Now, that's enough of that. Let's take this thing for a test spin. Okay, what should I do? Are there any games I can demonstrate? It doesn't look like it. I'm not sure if this is anybody's account or not. Okay, maybe I could go to Chrome, I guess. Yeah, let's test out Chrome. Okay, there's going to be a bit of a nasty glare because my lights died. So, hope that glare doesn't look too annoying. Oh yeah, speaking of the lights, I guess I should kind of talk about that. Yeah, I want you to get some Panasonics for those lights. Some people might be saying, oh, just get a desk lamp or something and stop being silly. Well, you know what? Those lights, they're very portable, they're flexible, they're nice, they're great for reading, they're great for a lot of scenarios. But if there's one major caveat, oh, I should say that I'm talking about the Maythangs, and that's that they have a very short battery life. So, like about 2 to 3 hours, give or take. Something with those new Panasonics, even if they too only last 3 hours, at least I'd have 2 sets of batteries to rotate rather than to just have to wait for these ones to charge. And when I'm talking about them, I guess I could actually show them right now. Might as well. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Now, if you see my unboxing video with those night cores, the ones I've called them quick charge, you'll see that it actually works because there's quick charge right there. So that's cool. Wait, am I seeing the S Pen circle on this display? I am. Would you look at that? And this thing actually feels kind of hot to the touch, so I should probably put it over some pad. Like, well, actually, it's not like, oh, maybe I shouldn't say hot to the touch. I'll just say very warm. Maybe some might actually say hot. It's not like it's concerningly hot or anything, but definitely something you'll notice. Anyways, that has nothing to do with the Note 4, but I talked about it today. I said to just bring it up. Yeah, so let's just get back to Chrome. See what I can do there. Fine, I guess we have to. No thanks. Are there any games I can play? Where's private mode? Let's go to private mode. Yeah, I like to use private mode because I'm secretive. Now, some of you are going to make some assumptions right there. No, no personalized data. Actually, that's a really, really bad glare. Did I have it at this awkward angle the whole time? If so, yikes. Well, you know what? Actually, I don't think there's really anything I can do. What I should probably do is just delete this account and then make a later video of me just gaming on it and doing more interesting things. You know what I should actually do? Perhaps I should actually shut this thing off and turn it back on and see if it works. Yeah, I should do that actually. Should do that. I'm gonna stick this S Pen back in. Just do that. Actually, I'm gonna take this backplate action. I'm gonna power it off. Does this backplate reveal anything? No. Aside from the battery. What I meant by reveal anything is I meant does it reveal anything sensitive, and no, it does not. For some reason it doesn't quite. Oh yeah, it's tight. That glare though, oh, it's so bad. Whatever. It's obviously not January 1st. It's just that this new motherboard, it doesn't have the date and whatever set up, so it's confused. In fact, if I had to tell you the exact time right now, it would be 1:46 Eastern Standard Time. Well, I guess I'd say daylight savings. Speaking of that, it's probably going to go like an hour back in like a month or so from now. I am really hoping that Canada does away with that. Like, that is so annoying. Like, I don't know why we need to have daylight savings. It should just be natural. Just keep the same time, the time it is, year round. I'm not saying to stay in daylight savings because that's not natural, but like once it goes back to just regular standard time, that it just stays like that. Do you think we should stop going an hour forwards and back? Let me know. So yes, I'm super glad this worked, and as I said earlier, I will definitely follow up with more test videos, and I also test out this front camera as well, because this thing did get touched and fiddled a lot in the surgery, so I should test that. So in this video, you see 3 things: an envelope, a BlackBerry passport, and a Samsung Galaxy Note 4. And yeah, it had something to say right there. Anyway, so why is this so? Well, my Sadapters finally came in, so this means that I can finally test the SIM card in this thing, because from before, I could not. For those that don't know, although I'm pretty sure many of you probably do at this point, that most modern phones, okay, if you're hearing some sounds outside that sound like chicken, there's some garbage trucks that are, doing garbage trucks things, like picking up the compost bins, the recycling bins, etc., in case anybody is curious to take it. But anyways, so yes, most modern phones use nano SIM cards, but some older phones use micro SIM. So in this case, if I wanted to use this nano SIM with this micro SIM phone, I would have to use an adapter, and that's what I bought. So now, without rambling any further, I'm just going to cut right into it. Should probably be obvious. Did I just expose my name there? Because at the back of that, no, the front of this rather, had my name on it. And here it is. The Sadapters. Smart, secure, and safe. SIM card adapter solution, 3 adapter pack. Solution de l'adapter de carte SIM, paquet de 3 adapteurs. No, I do not natively speak French. That's why it sounded so damn bad. Anyway, so, yeah. You can read this technical stuff here. What they use. Or should I just read it out loud? Or should I not? No, you know what? I'll pause. Or you can pause, better yet, and read this for yourself. Although I should point out that it said it's made in Germany. Yeah, so made in Germany, packaged in Canada. Not sure why they couldn't just make it and package it in Canada, but Germany is usually respected for their manufacturing. Like, people typically hold in high regards to that. Now, it's not to say that they're perfect with everything that they make, but in most cases, they're generally respected. So, most people don't have a problem with that. Now, how do I get inside of this? Oh, it says caution, open slowly. So, that means be gentle. Don't go in too fast and rough. Giggity, 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 giggity. Ha, 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 ha. Oh yes, it did not come like this. This happened when the package was sprayed and then some of the ink ran inside of it. So yeah, they did not send it messy like that. That was actually my fault. Anyways, so judging from the looks of this, I would assume that this is the nano to micro, and I think this is the micro to regular? I don't know, you know. I'll find out though. So for now, let's start by turning this thing over, taking off that movable back panel. Oh, how I wish most modern phones still had this. Look at that. Removable battery, headphone jack. Why couldn't they make them like this? Anyways, that's a discussion for perhaps another time. Actually, who are we kidding? I say that in the videos whenever I feel like it's necessary to say it. Like, especially when I'm peeling up back covers or whatever, I just toss that in. So that's not necessarily reserved for this one video. I'm going to take the SIM card out. Freedom Mobile. And I think this is the one that's where it's supposed to go. I don't know. Or is it this one? That looks way too big, man. I highly doubt that's... Or is it? I don't know. I'll find out. I'll just take them all out. Or is it this one? Gosh darn it, I have to play around. Okay, these actually feel a little bit flimsy, so I have to be careful not to break it. So, you know, maybe I should actually use my scissors to clip it out. And make sure that I... Actually, no, I might damage it. Gosh darn it, how do I take these out? This is harder than I thought. And here I am thinking this would just be a really quick video, but it looks like it might actually span over 10 minutes. I don't know. Oh, okay, that one came out pretty easily. So did this one. Alright, so that wasn't too bad, but again, I do not want to bend them, so I have to be careful. Okay. So that one is out. Now, for some reason, this just looks very awkward. Or maybe it's because I'm trying to put it on the wrong side. It's hard to lift it off of the desk. Does it go this way? No. Actually, yes. I think... Or I don't know, maybe it just doesn't actually fit. Because if that's the case... Hold on, let me try and slide this into the phone. Well, as if I'm even doing this right. I don't even know where this is actually supposed to go. Okay, this is for the micro SD card. Where do I actually slide this? Like, is this actually too big for this thing? Because if that's the case, then yikes. Like... I don't know. I mean, admittedly, when I was trying to put it into the 50... Okay, never mind. I got you. I just did it out of the frame for a minute and see how it's supposed to go in like that. But the big problem I'm having now is getting this SIM card to actually fit onto this. Like, which way am I supposed to do this? Like, is it supposed to be like this? Okay, I think it's supposed to be like that. Yeah, something like that. I'm trying here. Some people might laugh and be like, ha, whatever. But you know what? This is honestly not as easy as it looks. Yeah, I'm just goofing up here. I don't know. Okay, maybe it's supposed to actually just fit like this. Yeah, perhaps that's the way it's supposed to be. And yeah, okay, I think I almost have it. Yes, okay, I think it should look something like that. Hopefully it works. If not, then oh well, we'll just have to try again. But yeah, definitely not the easiest thing in the world. Maybe it's because I'm not used to it. We'll try and slide it in. If it will go in, that is. No, it's not going. Okay. I'll just practice with that. Okay, so that goes in like that. So you see that, right? You saw that. That went in very easily. But for some reason now, to do it with the SIM card, it's proving to be quite a challenge for me. So maybe I might just have to perhaps pause the video and see if I can get it in off camera. I don't know. I'll try again. It would be great to show it on camera. Alright, so I clipped it. I heard it clip. So let's try again and see if we can actually do this so we can see it. Yes. Alright, it's in. I got it. Though I'm not sure if it's lined up correctly. Is it even reading it? I cannot tell. Okay, if it's not picking it up, it's because it's indeed... Well, they did say it was supposed to be locked to Rogers. I don't know how true that is. If that's the case... But actually, even then, shouldn't it at least acknowledge and say that. I don't know. I think something's just off. Anyways, I guess I will perhaps pause for now. Maybe I'll just try it again. Maybe try it to a different direction, I suppose. Well, what do you see there? Freedom Mobile. Okay, so you don't see mobile, but you see freedom. So it turns out that I just had to start the phone. Who would have thought? Now, the reason why I did not immediately think about that is for most phones, I've grown used to just being able to just throw the SIM card in and it works immediately, but it seems like for some of these older phones, that's not the case. But even then, because like, this is supposed to be a 2014 phone as well, or is it 2015? Or is it 2014? I don't know. But either way, with the BlackBerry password, when you throw your SIM card into it, it doesn't require you to restart, or at least usually doesn't. But in most cases, I just put it in and it works straight away. For this one now, while I was trying to fiddle with the back off camera, the battery dropped out, and while I was annoyed, apparently, when I booted back up, that's what it took for it to recognize it. Now, I haven't done enough testing to find if it actually works, like if you can make phone calls and all that, but I guess I should. Okay, so clearly you can see it's buzzing. It's making lots of noise. Yeah, so I pulled it out just to check some stuff. And yeah, so I guess we should just head over to Google Chrome, I suppose, and see what we can do from there. Browse faster, use less data. No thanks, I don't want light mode. I don't need light mode. I mean, this may be an older flagship phone, but it's still a flagship. It doesn't need no pansy light modes. So now let's bring out that stylus so we can do some fine typing. Alright, so we're going to go to google.ca because why not? There we can, oh I spelled it wrong. I spelled it wrong again. Okay. Now what should we do while we get to Google? So yeah, it's working. It's interesting because the seller said this was supposed to be locked to Rogers, but it seems that ever since they actually outlawed this whole locking process, it looks like when you insert your SIM card, it unlocks it naturally. I don't know. Now, don't quote me on that, but based on what I'm seeing here, either A, it wasn't actually unlocked, or B, it automatically unlocks because of the law they passed back in, I don't remember the exact year, but either way, glad to see that. So I guess at this point, I can attempt to make a call. Don't think I feel like doing that on camera, because that would just be awkward. Unless I want to just call the grocery store and ask if they have, I don't know, something in stock that I want, but I don't feel like doing that on camera because I don't know, I think that's just awkward. I mean, some people do test calls on camera, but for me, it's like, who would I call, or what would I call, and why should I? Anyways, if I do the test, I'll update to let you know. The signal's also looking good. You can see there this LTE, although it only has 3 bars out of 5, which is kind of odd. I mean, this is a Canadian. No, you know what I should actually do? Perhaps I should actually keep the camera rolling, and maybe I should test the Exynos variant, because that'd be interesting to see what happens. Like, if I were to use the Exynos variant, would I still get LTE or not? I don't know. Maybe I'll just make that a completely separate video. So for this one, it works. I'm glad. So now I will just test it, and I will let you know later with what happens.